Hello, welcome to Spoiler Alert Podcast, the podcast where we talk about the latest episodes in anime. You have been warned. I'd like to welcome back Lou from Sitting by the Window Anime Review. Hello.
Yo, what's up, ladies and gents? Lou here from Sitting by the Window Anime Reviews, and I have returned a little under the weather, but I am trucking like I'm from the 70s.
Trucking?
What's up?
Trucking.
Yeah, keep on trucking. Haven't you ever seen that 70s show?
Trucking.
Come on.
Actually, I
That's what
haven't.
we're talking about today, right?
Yes, no, we're not. So Lou is going to be a semi-regular guest. So he's going to be coming by a little more, so you'll see a lot of him. Except during
Not a
his
lot.
finals
That's
or
why I'm.
midterms.
Yeah, I'll be
Semi.
around, and we'll play it by ear. It'll be fun.
Yep. All right, so here's the lineup for this week's episode. So this week we'll be talking about Nisekoi, up to episode 4, Nagi no Asukara, up to episode 19, Kuroko no Basque, up to episode 43, The Pilot's Love Song, episode 5, and Kill la Kill, episode 7. And we're also going to be looking back on True Tears and Outbreak Company, as well as finishing it off with the top off-topic discussions. So, the first anime we're going to be looking into is Nisekoi, up to episode 4. So, Lou, what do you think about Nisekoi in general, first off?
Alright, first off, it is very, very shafty, and I'm a huge fan of Shaft's animation styles and just what they do in terms of their direction and their animation. I don't know, I'm a huge fan of the Monogatari franchise, so anything since then that Shaft has put out has caught my attention. So, specifically Nisekoi, I'm very, very much enjoying it. I don't read the manga though, so I heard that the manga just isn't going very well. Let's just put it that way. That it kind of goes to shit. But beyond that, I'm enjoying the series thus far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's only up to episode 4, so we don't really know what's going to happen next. What about you, Ray? What do you think of the series?
I've been enjoying it a lot. I like the animation of it. I think that looks pretty damn good. I also love the fact that Shaft made it because it gives you an excuse to say Shaft. But yeah, I mean,
So shafty.
It's had some deeper moments than you'd expect.
Nisekoi got shafted.
That shaft.
This is what happens when I bring in my immature jokes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed it a lot, and I'm just really like the colors, and the story's been going really good so far. I mean, it's the comedy isn't always like as funny as you might want it to be, but I mean, I'm really enjoying it for the most part. It's like one of those ones where, at this point, if someone asked me if they should bother watching it, I would probably tell them yeah.
Okay.
Personally,
No, go ahead, Sheena. Go ahead. Sorry.
well, personally, I like the series, but it frustrates me a little bit because you know that the main guy and then the side girl needs to be together, but there's that obstacle they kind of need to go through. So it's like frustrating at the same time, but I love it.
Let me just say, Onodera is best girl.
Yeah.
Definitely best girl. I love Onodera.
I'm actually going back and forth every time they show like good parts. You know, it's hard for me to choose really. Like I go back and forth. I'm a flip flopper, okay?
Flip flopper.
Yep, I'm a flip flopper.
Well, I mean, I guess I can see that because when they were in the house in the back, when they got stuck in there, I mean, I guess I can see where it's like, oh, maybe they should be together. But then, at the same time, they had that promise. Onodera had that promise. Or it could have been her. We don't know yet, actually. So...
It is her. What are you talking about? Like they've made that pretty obvious, I feel.
Okay, look. On the cover of the show, like the poster of it, there's like, what? 3 other girls on there? There's like Onodera, blonde chick.
There's just one other girl
And
that's
then-
missing. I don't know.
That hasn't been introduced yet. Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
other
but-
girl. And so, what if he made the promise to these other girls? We don't know.
Watch it be that he made the promise to someone else that hasn't been introduced yet.
That's what I'm saying. And then they're all gonna have keys, and then it's gonna happen. Someone's gonna pop
So
out
we
a bunch
find out
of
he's
keys.
just a jackass character who's handing out keys, and there's not like his dream is just false. He's just handing out keys like a jackass.
Watch that just be like something that was like super popular because the promise was made 10 years ago. So watch that just be something that was popular with girls 10 years ago, and they all have people from 10 years ago that they've made promises to.
It's a
Yeah,
Japanese thing.
I hope something like that doesn't happen, but
But yeah,
I could see it.
so I'm
It'd be
just saying,
hilarious.
it could be her, it could not be her, but they're cute together, so that's all I'm going to say
True.
about that. So anything else regarding Nisekoi? I mean, it's still only 4 episodes, so we can't really say much about it.
I mean, at this point, I would definitely recommend you to watch it. It's like if we're talking about like at that point and you haven't bothered watching it yet, just give the first episode a watch, and yeah, but at the end of the first episode, you'll probably at least want to watch episode 2.
I would say give it 3 episodes because the first episode, honestly, I wasn't very impressed. It started really picking up for me after the second episode. So I would say give it at least 2 episodes. And then if at that point you don't like it, then what the fuck is
I
wrong
feel
with
like
your
the
taste?
I feel like the way the first episode ended, though, it's gonna make you want to watch the second episode anyways.
How did the
Just
first
because of the
episode end?
ending.
I'm trying to remember.
It wasn't didn't the first episode end where or was it the way the second episode ended? It was one of the two, but like he lost his necklace with the locket or whatever. Would you call that a locket on it? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. He lost that, and then I see that's where I'm confused if it was episode 1 or 2, but like they cliffhanger one of the episodes with them finding out that they have to be with each other. I think it was episode 2.
Oh, it was episode 1. It was episode 1.
Was it?
Where they had to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yes, I remember
So then in that case, episode 1, the way it ends with like sort of the cliffhanger, you got to find out what happens. You gotta want to watch it anyways. So if you're for some reason listening to a podcast about spoilers and you haven't seen it, go watch it now. We didn't spoil much yet.
Nah, not really much to spoil.
Yeah, we try to not be too spoiler heavy, but we will spoil shit, so we can deal with that.
Yes, because the next show that we're going to be talking about is major spoilers, which is Nagi no Asukara, episode 19. And it looks like Monica is back. We found her.
Somewhat.
Somewhat. And I think the big shocker was that her Enna is disappearing. I think at least it was for me. That was my big shocker.
Not only that, the sea god is pissed. Like, absolutely, like, he is throwing a tantrum right now. He or she or it. However, whatever.
He's a scale.
Exactly. Well,
No, that's
Whatever
him.
that
no,
is.
the
That's
action,
the god.
like the rest of the
Oh,
god.
no, I'm sorry. I'm like thinking of the...
Scale
Yeah.
guy didn't seem too pissed about it. He was just like, kids be kids.
Yeah.
He didn't seem very mad.
So, what I'm thinking is that, you know how Muna has the Enna now? I'm thinking that, like, probably they had to remove an Enna or something from Monica, because I remember the scale guy, I don't remember his name, saying that something has to disappear for something to appear or something like that. I don't know if
So
that
it's
was in reference to something else or, like, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like equivalence exchange with Full Metal. That's basically it. No, but
With Enna.
I think the name of the guy is Kuroko, if I'm not mistaken. The scale of the god.
Scale guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's awesome. He's also very weird, but I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is going on? What's gonna happen now that Monica's back?
This
Is she really back, though?
Yeah, she's right there.
I know she's right there, but, like, is she gonna even become conscious? Like, is she gonna literally be back, or is she just gonna exist now? Like, for a fact she's alive and whatnot.
she's gonna turn into fucking Aquaman because at this point I'm so confused. That's all that really comes to mind. Honestly, though, I'm more like interested in how it's gonna affect the dynamic of the relationship between the characters and where exactly they're gonna go from that. Because I don't know, like what's gonna be the relationship between her and Sumugo and it's just too many people to go into all the relationships or possible relationships that are gonna be impacted by this return.
Yeah, but that's, like, part of what I meant, though, with that is, like, that's part of why I think that she won't be awake right away. I could be wrong, but I feel like her just existing there, but not even being conscious, would be enough to add, like, some drama to it, that it would, like, then they take the time to start seeing how it affects everybody else, and then maybe things start, just getting fixed, I'd say, like a couple episodes, then she like maybe regains consciousness or something. Like, I just don't feel like for the next couple episodes she's going to be conscious.
You know what that reminds me of? There's this anime that I saw where I guess the girl goes into a coma, and then her best friend. What anime is that?
Rumbling Hearts.
Yes, I was like, that sounds so familiar. Unconscious girlfriend, boyfriend starts dating best friend.
And Japanese name for that is like Kimi no Gazuma or something like that.
Something like that. Have you seen Rumbling Hearts, Lou?
I have not. Adding it to the list.
It's drama fest, pretty much.
I like
all
drama.
It is.
I like drama.
Yeah,
so
it's great. Watch it. But I remember, okay, so when I was watching Nagi, it was really creepy though when they went into the town and then you see all the people like just sleeping. And then they're all like covered, is it like salt? I think it's salt, like a snow salt. I think that's what they called it.
Yeah. Salt flake snow or something like that.
Yeah. Just seeing them all kind of like where they were. It was
They couldn't call it sea salt because, you know.
Right. But just seeing them kind of like where they were at the time was just really creepy. And when he was talking to his dad too, his dad was just kind of sleeping there. They're all like, it's like they're covered in dust, but they're not.
5 years worth of salt.
You'd think there'd be more.
I need to go down there and get some so I can salt my driveway.
See, what's snow? Because I'm not familiar with that. See, I live in...
You don't know how that works?
I live by the equator. What is this snow that
so you don't even know how like salt works with snow? Like why you put it down?
Oh yeah, I get it. No, I really know. It's chemical
Wait, actually,
reactions.
why? Okay, yeah, explain a little bit. What?
Because salt, like, it absorbs moisture. So it, like, absorbs the snow, essentially, and
breaks
keeps the roads dry and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why can't they take all the salt from the ocean and put it all over the snow that's popping up all over their town?
I don't think you can take the salt out of the ocean.
You can. It's called desalination. But this is an anime podcast, so back to Nagi
Not
no
science.
Salt talk. Salt talk.
The Salt Alert podcast.
Salt Alert podcast. All right. One question though. So you know how it's like winter throughout the town? Has it been winter for 5 years? I just want to clarify that because I wasn't really sure.
That's what I'm assuming.
Right?
Maybe because they mentioned that there has been massive changes in climate. So I mean they haven't said otherwise.
And with the lake or is it technically the ocean, whichever it is, being frozen the whole time.
That's true.
I would assume at least that's how it's been. I mean, they're always, for the most part, dressed in, winter gear since we've seen them again.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, like, to be honest, they're not wearing quite enough for winter, but,
Right. All right. So let's get on to the next anime, which is Kuroko no Basque, episode 43, the final quarter against Ayomine's team. Can't remember what their school was. I think, okay, so this episode, I was literally on the edge of my seat the entire time. It was such a great episode.
That opening.
What do you guys think of it?
That opening sequence. Oh my god. Just like the entire time, like, jaw open, I'm like, holy shit, production IG, I love you so much. You're doing everything right. Like, all things that need to be done right. Just in that opening sequence, there goes the entire fucking budget for the rest of the series. And it looks glorious.
Yep.
So
Gonna be all downhill
so
from there.
good, so good.
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Ava. It's just basically the end of Ava. Everything fucking hand drawn.
Yep.
Stencils and shit.
Yep.
I haven't seen Ava, but I've seen enough of Ava that I can say that.
Mm-hmm.
And know that that's very much a possibility considering how much of a budget they just went through.
Oh yeah, definitely. But what do you think of the
I hope not. I want to see more of that beautifulness.
But what do you think of the episode? What are your thoughts on it?
You mind if I go first?
By all means, go ahead.
I thought it was like pretty tense for the most part, but I thought it got a little like it became not realistic to a point, like in the sense that you can even believe like that they're gonna it's getting this close, but it did keep it keep you on the edge of your seat type of thing, which was it was really good. I don't think it affected me quite as much as it did you.
Oh, it got me so good.
You were like flipping your shit when you saw it. You were like texting me, even like, "Hurry up and watch it! I want to talk about it." I'm just like, okay.
I was flipping out.
Flipping tables.
Flipping tables.
I just thought it was kind of funny, like, how they explained the zone, because, like, I get it, and it's kind of cool, but, like, you're really gonna describe it as being in the zone, like, and, like, describe it like it's this major thing. Everybody is in the zone at something at some point in time. I have played basketball enough to have been in the zone before. Like, and it's not like that. Like, what, it was, like, you know, it's an anime, though, so you have to give it some, like, you know, you can't just go like that, but it was really good.
It makes it
You have
cooler.
to give it like that. It makes it so cool that I wish it was like that, because I would have been a badass at one point in my life, at least.
I'm just waiting for someone to go Super Saiyan. That's it.
It's gonna happen.
It's bound to happen. Someone's.
Now, I don't read the manga, but I'm assuming at some point in time, all the old characters from the middle school, as well as Kagami, are going to be in like some sort of all-star team, right? I'm just assuming. It has to happen, right?
It needs to happen. I don't read the
Yeah,
manga
because
either,
if
but
Japan doesn't pick them for their Olympic team for basketball, then I don't know what they're thinking.
That's the thing I'm thinking. Like the whole time I watch this, I'm like, so what is basketball like in Japan at this point? Then on on an actual professional scale, because if this is just high school level basketball, what the fuck? Like
They can dream,
ridiculous.
Ray. They can dream.
They are dream. At least, like, I thought that was kind of cool that they do respect like America's. Like, listen, these motherfuckers are number one. Kagami went there to learn from them. You know, like I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, oh, that's nice. You know, at least they, you know, they respect where where people are usually best at it from. There's other countries that are pretty good at it, but America's usually at the top.
yeah, a lot of European countries, particularly Spain, is really big in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But
I would have never guessed.
Everyone wants to take down the U.S. though when it comes to Olympics. So they want to beat the U.S. Then again, everybody always wants to beat the U.S. Nobody likes the U.S.
Nobody likes us. Oh,
Nobody.
Lou, what do you think of episode 43?
Alright. The beginning of it was really good. Like that opening sequence that I was drooling over earlier. And then you have that middle chunk where you know the game isn't going to end until towards the end. So all the tension for the middle part of the episode is gone. But it still looks really nice, and it's just waiting for it to get to the point. And then once the final seconds are on the clock and things are really escalating, that's when the tension picks back up, and it's resolves everything in a way that it feels, I guess, in terms of the relationship aspects, where you have the mutual respect being shown at the end. It resolves and it gets to that point in a way that's believable, even though all the basketball is nowhere near believable, but still fun to look at. So yeah, overall I thought it was a really good and well put together episode.
That final fist bump, though, that brought me feels. Yeah. That was a lot of feels right there, and
romance.
And I enjoyed the feels for that moment.
The thing for me is I saw it yesterday, so I saw it late. And I was spoiled on that moment on Twitter. Like, I open my phone, I go on Twitter, and the first thing I see is that picture, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Happily Aaron retweeted a picture of the final fist bump.
Oh, damn it, Aaron.
She did that, and then I still wasn't able to watch it, because every time I clicked on it, it would say, like, error. So I didn't get to see it until after I saw the final fist bump picture, too, on Twitter.
So this is why I like not going on Twitter as much as YouTube apparently do. I barely ever go on Twitter.
I was running a contest this weekend, okay? I was giving away Crunchyroll passes, which, if I do that again, follow me on Twitter.
Follow me on Twitter.
SBTWAnimeReviews.
Should we do that, Sheena? We have a guest pass.
I already gave it away.
I think I might actually have one on accident. Like, don't you need all access to get them?
Yeah. But once your all access runs out, it disappears, doesn't it?
But I went in my my notifications there, like, here, you have one, and I'm like, I don't have all access.
If you're signed up for the if you're signed up for just regular premium service, in other words, I'm not signed up for the manga, but I'm signed up for the anime, and I get 48-hour guest passes every 30 days.
I thought it was only.
I do get one.
I thought it was
so
only.
We do have one still.
The premium. I thought they were the only. Whatever. I'm still keeping my premium pass. I'll keep it
I'm
because I read manga.
we have
so.
one still then.
All right, so we do
Put
still
it out
have
there.
just saying. Shh. All right, so that's it for Kuroko no Basque. The next anime that we're going to be talking about is The Pilot's Love Song, up to episode 5. Now, I know there was an episode that came out today, but I have yet to see it. So we'll just go up to episode 5. I think Ray's the only one that watched it.
I did watch it. It was pretty good, but it doesn't move too far forward, so you don't worry about that too much. I could spoil all of it, and you wouldn't really be that upset.
No, I'd be upset.
But I'm not gonna.
I'd be like really.
Yeah,
I mean, you wouldn't be that upset because there's not that much to spoil.
I would kill you.
Claire Cruz, waifu for lifu. Don't tread on that.
Well, okay, since episode 5 did focus a lot on Claire and her background story, and how she was considered a witch because she had the power to control wind. Is that, if I saw that right?
Yep.
And then
I can't remember what they called her though. Actually, like besides calling her a witch, like what? Didn't the guy call her something else at some point, like the priest or whatever that came up?
Yeah, I think so.
I just can't remember what it was, but like she
was revered as the person that assured them or assured that the revolution would happen, and she was like either like a wind goddess or a wind priestess or something like that.
Yeah, that's what they're referring to as. But I mean, like the big moment for me was when you find out that she's lost her powers.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
And so the reason why they put her on the island, the floating island, was because they didn't need her anymore, right?
To an extent,
but they still used her as a symbol. Because she's been used as a symbol ever since the revolution.
I just thought that was interesting because as up to this point we would have just naturally assumed she still has those powers, and finding out that she doesn't have them, it's like, well, why did they go away? And like when she lost them was very interesting, you know, after the whole incident and seeing him like that. I don't want to spoil that too much because I feel like that was probably the biggest part of the episode, but how she lost them was very interesting as well. I feel like she's going to get them back at some point. That's just my prediction right now. Putting it out there. My prediction.
Ray 2014. 2/10/2014. There you go. And also, we're also seeing kind of like an enemy coming. There have been some fights in the air as they're flying there. So, is that supposed to be like another country? I couldn't really understand who these other people were.
I think.
I know, but I can't tell you.
I think that's like a. Well, you don't have to say if I'm right or wrong, but from, I guess Sheena, I'm just talking to you, okay?
Yes.
Rogue group of pirates is what I'm thinking, like air pirates.
Pirates.
Maybe.
Air pirates? But where do they get their gas to fly those planes? Ray, shh. I'll watch it after I'll watch it after we record this. And then we have to come back and talk about it.
No. And then if I'm completely wrong, I want this edited out.
Nope. It's gonna stay in here.
Okay.
And then I'll put in big red letters, wrong, on the screen. But so far I think I've been enjoying the series. I was a little like unsure about it because it wasn't really my style. Pilot kind of thing. I don't know. There was something about this show when I first started it. I was like, I don't know. He's already in love, and it's only episode 1. And but then we get more of the backstory, where we got into Kal-El or Carl or whatever they call him, his backstory, and then when we got Claire's, and I was like, wow, she is the goddess or priestess or whatever, the symbol of the revolution, and that just really turned it on its head, I thought.
See, here's the thing for me. For Kal-El's backstory, I didn't like at all. It just sounded really cliche. The prince that survived the execution of his parents and is out to get revenge. I mean, it's compelling, but it's cliche. So when I was watching his backstory, I didn't really care. Hers, though, Claire's really, really sparked and reignited my interest in the show. So like it.
Really?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like in terms of.
No, I understand enjoying it. I mean, not enjoying his though at all.
Nope.
Like there wasn't a part of you that just like wanted like them to pull like some crazy shit where he just like says, you know what, fuck you, Claire, and kills everybody.
If it wasn't for Claire, I probably wouldn't be watching this show. I'm watching it because of her. I really like her as a character because she goes from there's so many dimensions to her personality in terms of how she acts with and interacts with different people. So you have how she will interact with him and how she interacts with the members of the aristocracy, which is more reserved. And then you have how she is when she's in the air, where she's a little bit more confident and sure in herself. And then you have the complete other side of her, which is when she's dressed up like the witch wind thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Witch wind thing.
I don't
She's
know the
officially
name,
known
so
as the witch.
well, you could have been nicer and said priestess, but no.
Nina Viento. There we go. Son of a bitch.
Nina Viento.
That was without internet. I did that all with my brain.
Good
I
job.
remember.
Here's a cookie. You get a cookie.
What's it called? I would just like to see, like, if it wasn't for her being there, I would like to see someone just pull something like that sometime, where they don't have a character really that's too deep except for, like, the main character, and then, like, he has, like, the side characters which are partially developed, and maybe they have, like, 2 or 3 that are, like, well developed for the most part, and then he just kills everybody for revenge's sake.
Yeah,
Like, no real reason, just, like, he's just a crazy motherfucker, and then he gets what's coming to him type of thing. Like, later on. I love those things. I love stuff like that.
Well, there's also one other character that he's kind of like on the side, which is that
Ignacio?
is that his name? Ignacio, the
Yes, Ignacio.
silver-haired guy who's all by himself. But then he seems to, when Claire and Carl were stranded in the middle of the ocean, I think it was episode 3 or 4. He wanted to go out and find him, right? And I think they showed a little bit of him during Carl's flashback, where they showed it. He was definitely all for the revolution. He looked very happy that the rulers, the parents were getting, what they deserve. I guess it is what it is. But what do you think his background is? Like, I think he wanted to go look for specifically Claire because he maybe admired her.
No, but see, that's the thing. Like, I don't think he did want to go for her. I think she was going for him.
She was going for him?
Like, he was going for him. I mean...
Oh,
like,
Okay.
Yeah, for Carl.
And not in the yaoi sense, of course.
Yeah, not in the eye sense. But
Oh.
he doesn't know that she's Nina Viento as far as we
that's
know.
right, that's right.
So if he doesn't know that, what other reason he had to go? Like, that's just a classmate to him at that point then.
I would say
With the way his character's been built.
I would say maybe Ignacio just knows everything, and he knows what we're trying to figure
that
out as
guy.
the episodes are progressing.
That
And
is an actual possibility.
yeah, so he knows who everyone is and what all their roles are, and ultimately everything is gonna fall on him stepping up at a really important moment and saying, "Hi, I knew
Making
all this shit
control
from the beginning."
decisions.
Exactly, because he's
Yeah.
he's already demonstrated that he knows who Carl is, or at
Right.
least he strongly speculates. Which, I mean, it would be to the point where you would say, yeah, he probably knows.
He knows everything.
Yeah.
He's that guy that just knows everything.
Even with the flashback, though, I'm not sure whose side he's, like, actually on. Like, the flashback definitely leans way to one side, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But with the fact that he hasn't, like, done anything or approached him yet, it sort of makes me curious as to if it's so for sure what side he's on. So I want there to be more complicated, like, I want there to be, like, this sort of moment where he's actually on, like, Carl's side and he wants him to, like, go for revenge. I feel like that would be kind of cool. But I'm just not sure where his like loyalty, I guess you could say, lies.
Yeah, he's still a mysterious character. Not just to us, but to everyone in the school. Nobody knows who he is or what he does or anything like that.
He helps make ramen. Spoiler!
Yes. What? Ramen? I like ramen.
I did just spoil it, but yeah.
Oh no,
Mwah,
the
mwah,
ramen.
mwah.
Everyone knows the ramen. Alright,
He helps
so...
make ramen.
Alright, so the next anime that we're going to be talking about is Kill la Kill. And I know that Kill la Kill is up to episode 17 right now, but I've only seen up to episode 7.
Shame on
So
you.
shame. This is a podcast about the latest episodes in anime. And I failed.
Shun the non-believer. Shun.
I'm just gonna go away now.
I don't know why, but for some reason when you said that, I just wanted to say shun the nun because it rhymed.
Shun the nun.
don't know.
Shun the nun. All right, so I guess we'll just talk about up to episode 7, like we mentioned earlier, of Kill la Kill, and that episode was about Mako and her family finally going up into the ranks and getting a nice house. I thought that episode was hilarious, by the way. When we see them kind of go into like their mansion, and then they're all like, going out to strip clubs and Chippendales kind of place. Well, the mom did. I'm gonna call it Chippendales because I don't know what it was, but I just love this episode. And that final fight was actually pretty good. And they had a really good character design for Mako's two-star
Yep.
outfit.
Yep.
And I know you enjoyed that, Lou.
It was phenomenal. See, the thing is, it doesn't really contribute anything to the story, but it is just such an enjoyable episode, and I really want Mako to don the 2-star uniform and just make it a regular thing. Like, I miss it. Like, I know it was destroyed, but I want it to come back because it looked freaking awesome. And once she stepped out of that solely being a comedy relief character, that's when that was maybe one of the few times I've actually enjoyed her as a character, because otherwise she irritates me. And I mean, like, just really, really bad.
So if anybody hasn't seen this episode of Kill la Kill and it's like only like on like episode 2 or 3, Mako's outfit's actually very perverted. I'm lying, but just so you think badly of Lou.
Well, all the outfits are very, very much perverted.
Hers isn't at all, but
Hers was just badass.
yeah, hers was like the only one who wasn't perverted.
No, but it was form fitting in the right places. So yeah, you can argue.
And it was the
That's
Fight
fair.
Club.
Okay.
It was the Fight Club, so they had to have something, cool.
Yeah, I guess
Because that's what she was representing.
Form-fitting? I mean, I don't know.
I'm gonna look up that 2-star uniform because I haven't seen it in a minute.
Like, I don't really think it was form-fitting, but
Yeah, it was. The only difference was the cape. That's all it is. Her regular outfit.
yeah.
It's basically her regular outfit plus the cape and a hat.
In that case, Lou is perverted. Deal with it.
I am a pervert.
Yeah.
I never said I wasn't. Kono hentai.
There are 2 types of men in this world.
Lou's also a member of Nudist Beach.
Nudist bitch. Yes, I am.
You just love the way they say that, don't you?
It's awesome. I would like to be able to cosplay Nudist Beach with like the sparkles and shit. Like I need
Without getting sued.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be fucking amazing. Showing up at a con just dressed like that and just my junk glowing. It's marvelous.
Wait, hold on. What is this? I don't think I've seen this before.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're spoiling a little bit.
No, she's seen Nudist Beach.
Not in its full glory yet, though.
Sure.
Not in its full glory. There's a
Hold
lot
on.
more
Is this-
sparkles and shining to be seen.
Yes.
Is this isn't Kill la Kill, right?
Yes.
No, it is.
It is?
You've
Oh, wait. It's in like episode 2 or 3 or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
We mentioned it early on, but,
Sparkles.
like, the sparkles
Oh,
get so
episode
much
6.
more.
The glowing
It was in
nipples.
episode 6.
Yes, glowing nipples. Oh god. I would do it with that man. No.
He's a beautiful man.
That's
Just
a
to
soundbite.
experience his glowing nipples.
That's a soundbite.
I'm
right
looking
there.
at this picture right now, and it's just him pulling his shirt apart, and it's just nipples.
I know, right?
It's just nipples.
So
That's
hot.
all it is. Beautiful. Nudist beach. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I have seen it then. But let me see. There's this other, I think the last fight that she had, was with the kendo guy, and I thought that was a pretty badass fight.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys remember it.
Yeah, that was
Where
actually really good.
he transforms into like this robot,
He's
and then
transformed.
and then each of his fingers was like one of those kendo swords, and he just like spins them around to like one giant sword, and he just like keeps smacking her with it. I thought that was the best thing ever.
As far as you are, yeah.
Yeah, just wait till you catch up to where we are. Shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a lot of good fights.
Much hype. And it's
I
living
think
up
that
to
this
it.
show has a lot of good fight scenes. Like, it's just amazing.
See, I wouldn't go as far
Then
as
again, what can you...
I wouldn't go as far as saying it has a lot of good fight scenes. I would say the vast majority of them are actually pretty underwhelming. But the fight scenes that are good are really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But I mean, on average, I would say they're all for the most part fairly average because they end really quickly.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's the only issue I've had is that I felt like they've all been good. They just haven't been long enough.
Oh, okay, so I was gonna ask about the guy that's trying to annihilate the Goku uniforms. Like he's just basically in there to destroy it. I don't know
We
if.
can't talk about any
Okay,
spoilers.
yeah, because I was gonna ask about that, but I shouldn't because I'm not even caught up to the show. So,
There's no way that we won't accidentally spoil something if we
Yeah.
all
talk
right.
about him.
So I
Yeah,
can't ask about
that's-
nudist beach and their plan.
No.
Nope.
All right then. Since
If you
Since I
forego
haven't-
sleep, you could probably marathon and you'll be before sunrises. You should be caught up.
See, that's shit to do. She can probably watch a couple more episodes though, at least.
Yeah, I could probably watch an episode or two. Actually, I'll watch the pilot's love song after we get through this.
Yeah, so am I, so I can see how wrong I was. Or right.
Wrong.
Probably wrong.
No, you were wrong.
Damn it.
Wrong.
Damn
We
it.
don't know. We don't know what he's really.
I'm just saying,
No, shh.
I don't even want to no, I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking about that. I want to talk about my prediction where she gets her powers back. If that happens, I'm gonna bring it up in another podcast. I just want you to randomly put in green, right? Even though I'm not gonna talk about how I predicted it before. We just talk about how it happens, and just put Ray was right in all green, like bright green, just
Yeah,
fluorescent.
we need a timestamp for this. So if somebody in the comments down below can put a timestamp on when he said this, so we know to exactly when to fix things in editing.
Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and go through our look back. We're going to be talking about two anime. We're going to be looking at True Tears and Outbreak Company. So, Ray, why don't you explain True Tears?
Feels. If I had to say one word, feels.
Feels.
Like, it's definitely got a love triangle, but it's more interesting than that, in my opinion. And there's a lot of symbolism in it, I guess you could say.
The chicken.
And, well, yeah, I find that to be a running joke, but the chicken does have meaning, okay? The chicken has meaning. Yeah. The chicken needs to fly, damn it.
I want that on a bumper sticker. I've never seen the series, so let's do this. Why don't you guys pitch the idea of watching that show to me?
Go, Ray.
It's beautiful. Beautiful! Okay, I showed you a little bit of it. You've seen the animation. You can't deny that was good.
It is also done by PA Works, by the way, the one that did Nagi no Asukara. So.
Well, not just that. You should watch it for that reason alone, because it was the first thing that they were the head animators of.
Was it?
If you didn't know that.
Nope, did not know.
And that alone is worth seeing how good it is when it was their first thing as head animator. It gives you a new respect for them, in my opinion. In the quality of their animation.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, like I said, there's a lot of symbolism in the story, which is kind of neat to see. I feel like a lot of animes, at least, not all, because you could list a good amount of explanations where it's not so, but I don't feel like a lot of animes use symbolism in love stories as much as they could. And I feel like there's a lot of symbolism there. What else? The love triangle I wouldn't describe as generic at all, because it's more like a love cube, love square. I just felt like saying cube.
Yeah,
but,
cube would have too many
technically-
points.
Yeah. Oh no, it wouldn't have a lot of points.
It would have 8.
It'd be like a normal harem's points.
Yeah, no, because a cube only.
Toradora has love. Is it pentagon or hexagon? I forget if it's 5 or 6 points that are in Toradora.
Hold on.
Because you have the two main couples, so that's 4, and then you have the other girl, so that's 5. And I can't remember if there's someone else.
Well,
So it's at least 5.
So someone ends up alone.
Yes.
Well, in True Tears, there's 3, but I mean, they give you hope for one of them, but it's one of those ones where you sort of know it's only between 2 of them. You know what I mean? So, but it's definitely really good. It's got some beautiful scenes, by the way.
Yeah, that's the one thing I
just
remember
some
from it
scenes
too.
in specific look really good. Some scenes alone. And I really enjoyed it for that reason alone, to be honest.
All right.
Even
This is a little off topic.
Off topic.
Yeah, kind of off topic. It's really really removed. In terms of harem series, do you prefer having closure or no closure? Like, do you like it when a character selects a girl, or do you like it ending where it's open to possibilities of you deciding how things are going to play out later?
Closure.
Closure. Well, actually, it depends. If it's a more like deep and serious, like True Tears has a more deeper harem, I guess you can say, then let's say something like I can't think of one right now because I don't really watch a lot of harem. But my
Infinite
mental
Stratos.
choices
There we go.
are my mental choices are disrupting my high school romantic life. Whatever that show with the choices.
With the
That's
choices.
the choices anime, the one where he has to make a choice. See, when it's an anime like that, where it's not very deep, it's more comedy, then I guess I can see why, closure doesn't really have to happen. But when it's something like True Tears and maybe Nagi no Asukara, I want there to be closure because you're more emotionally invested in the characters than you are with something like My Mental Choices. So I guess it depends on the anime or yeah.
Yeah, it does kind of depend on that point, but if it's a harem where like the romance is like a huge portion of it, it's not like a side portion really, because like with My Mental Choices, you could basically say that the harem aspect of it was not really the main aspect of it. It was more of a comedy show than anything. So when the harem is actually like the main aspect, and it's like romance harem anime, like that is the main parts of the anime, then I would consider it in that way. I guess in a way you could say that My Mental Choices was, but there's just so much comedy that, let's be honest, it was mostly a comedy anime.
Right. So with Nisekoi, would you want there to be a closure on that?
Yes,
Yes.
because Onodera's best girl. Problem solved.
What would happen if it wasn't her? What would you do?
Rage. All of it.
Mass
Like,
suicide.
Burn the
just-
shaft.
Burn the shaft.
Burn the shaft.
yeah, just call me gonorrhea because I'm burning Shaft. Alright, maybe that one went too far.
Yeah.
Editor
Yeah,
note.
maybe a little bit.
It's
Editor
okay.
note. We can fix that in post.
No, it's
No.
staying.
Everything stays.
Everything
And then we'll
here
put that in
stays.
quotes. We'll
Uh.
specifically quote that out too.
We'll just have like a riot and a petition that says take down the shaft.
When it wouldn't be their fault at all, it would be the fault of the mangaka.
It doesn't matter. Take down the shaft sounds better.
Exactly.
I'd get that tattooed.
Down the shaft. This all spawned from me making a penis joke earlier. In the beginning of the podcast.
It's all your fault.
Okay.
You could
Alright.
say that this conversation is kind of nuts. Genitalia.
Lowballed that one, didn't you?
Get it? Nuts.
Well, okay, we gotta stop now.
All right, anime. Back to anime. All right, so our next look back is going to be Outbreak Company, and it just came out like last year, maybe
Last season.
Last season.
last season.
Technically,
Well,
last year,
technically
I
it
think
was last
so, but
year, so I was right.
You're not technically wrong, but I mean, saying last year makes it seem a little older than it is.
Yeah. So Outbreak Company, which was about this shut-in who gets a job in another world, another dimension, and uses his otaku knowledge to
Spread the culture.
spread the culture. Yes.
Otaku culture.
So, yeah. Let me just say that the maid was the cutest thing ever.
Musel. I liked her.
She's so cute. Ah,
I'm sorry, but what's her name?
No.
Rika from Chunibyo is even cuter.
nope, maid girl.
Just in a different way, but
Yeah.
she's cuter. Just saying.
She's like
We can fight over this right now.
Rika's like goofy cute. Like she's
That's
like
the best cute, okay? I will argue with you
Musou,
right now.
yeah.
versus
Come on, let's go.
versus Musel, which is the
I
really
think
shy but
Mus-
good at doing things and not
Hey, and she actually has powers.
yeah.
So
As opposed to Rika who just pretends she has
If-
powers.
I can imagine that fight right now. Hold on.
Oh,
This would
no,
be so
I,
excited. Like if
right now, I just imagined like them meeting and like Rika just flipping her shit over the fact that she actually has powers.
Oh, that'd be so
That would
cute.
Exactly. See, cuteness overload right there. Okay.
But Misa has powers, and she's a maid, and she's adorable.
Rika can be a maid.
All right. Here's
Oh,
my
she
thing
She can be a
with
clumsy maid, which would be even cuter.
here's my thing with Outbreak Company. Okay, I really really like the series. I don't think it needed the fan service that it came with. I think that its story was strong enough and its characters were strong enough that it could present something that was worth watching without having to rely on having just blatant fan service everywhere in basically every episode.
So, and what I'm getting from this, are you saying that multiple fapping sessions weren't brought about from watching Outbreak Company?
Well, my wrist is
Yes,
sprained.
Oh, okay. So that's a yes.
I'm a human being.
Don't judge him.
Okay,
Judge
but
me not.
I mean, I feel like some fan service is good, but I think they went overboard. If that's what you're saying, I don't know if you're quite saying that, but
See, the thing is,
I feel like a little bit's okay.
the thing is, I'm not huge on fan service to begin with. More often than not, I'm on the side that's criticizing it, and it doesn't matter if it's if it's man service or if it's just regular fan service. I'm on the side that's
Man
usually just
service.
criticizing it regardless because I don't feel it's necessary to tell a story. Now, I acknowledge that there's a huge part of the community that will watch a show for boobs. That's just basically how it is. And I'm willing to accept that. But shows like this that are good enough that they don't need the fan service at all, it's a shame that it's there because it doesn't need to be there. And the fact that it is there is going to result in the show being taken less seriously than it should be.
I'm sorry that I have to say this right now because you just made some good points. But when you mentioned watching shows for boobs, all I thought was, well, you watch shows for Shaft.
Stop it! Stop it! Anime! Back to anime!
Slow
mentioned
clap.
that.
I'm just giving you a slow clap right now.
Come on, that was good.
That's why I gave you a slow clap, bro.
Yeah, I gotta admit it was a surprise how good Outbreak Company was story wise. I think
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect it to be that good when I read the synopsis of it and everything.
My favorite
So
my favorite comedy moments in the series are when um, what was it? What was his name?
Kano?
Yeah, Kano. Yeah, thank you. You have him thinking or visualizing that he's doing something really cool, and then it it snaps onto what's actually going on, kind of like what they do in Chunibyo, where you actually see what's going on, and he's not as elegant and graceful as he's imagining himself to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because
yeah,
they do the exact same things in Chunibyo, and um, it's funny on both accounts. I really like that. So yeah, that's the thing.
I just like how they really, kind of made fun. I wouldn't say make fun of like anime in the anime, like the titles of the show, or not the title, but I think it was during the preview of the next episode where they were gonna have like a beach episode. And then he was saying that, oh, are we finally gonna have a bikini episode or a beach episode? Like, every anime has to have like the beach episode where they have to show off the bikinis of the girls, basically.
even Bleach had one after like 300 episodes.
I would argue that Space Dandy has had one. Are you guys
Already?
caught up on Space
Really?
Dandy? Yes.
I haven't actually
No.
watched it yet. No.
Watch
no.
it, please. It is the dream. Most recent episode fulfilled the dream for me.
It both.
You will see-
I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind if you'd spoil it, but I don't know if Sheena would.
Sheena, would you
I
mind?
don't know. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, there's a space beach episode where you have Dandy surfing in space. A planet is exploding, and he is surfing amidst the debris, and it is awesome.
What?
So it sounds like a mixture of like Gurren Lagann ridiculousness with like Treasure Planet.
That's that is exactly what it is, and it is glorious. The last 2 minutes of that episode was just
So it's it's
Mind-blowing.
basically the ending of Treasure Planet then.
pretty much.
Oh, it is. You're right.
That
That is the ending of Treasure Planet. Wow.
Oh,
But the
that's
music it was set to was like out of the 80s, so it felt like you were watching. All right, picture this: a space anime with surfing, but like Big Kahuna style, like 80s surf movie style.
You lost me
But it's
in
a space anime.
surfing. You lost me there.
I don't know why, because it's like it doesn't actually relate. But I just imagined Mighty Wings from the song from Top Gun during it.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, actually.
Yeah,
Okay, that sounds
just
funny.
picture that type of music over an anime with a guy on a jet-powered surfboard surfing through just waves of debris, and it looks like actual waves.
Mighty Wings tonight.
Yeah, but the music's in
Copyright.
Japanese.
Shh. No.
My singing is not good enough to get copyrighted.
The content ID system is just gonna look at you and shake its head.
Exactly. So it's
It's gonna
fine.
get some other song that's completely off of it.
Shakira.
Shakira. Exactly.
I don't even know why.
We're flagging this video because it sounds like Shakira.
Oh, sounds okay.
Alright, so that is Outbreak Company, guys. Alright, so
Sorry
let's
to
go.
any angry Shakira fans. All two of you.
Alright, so let's go into the off topic. And the first one is Crunchyroll released a news article about recently My Sister is Unusual live action movie. So, what do you think about
Good job, Japan.
Well, I will honestly say this finally gives us an incentive to watch Japanese porn. You know, it's not like people watched Asian porn before this, and this is going to greatly strengthen that segment of the economy.
Good job, Japan. Yeah, it is a good job, Japan.
A good hand job.
Stimulate the economy with.
I wonder if Shaft is doing it.
Japan gets a slow clap. I don't know how that would work, but in case they they need to animate something in live action.
They want to branch out into live action work.
Do they?
Yeah. Well, I would hope so for the sake of this joke to work. Yeah.
Shaft, you heard it.
There was part of Sheena just like, really, they do. This is interesting. This is better than our, recently My Sister's Unusual live action movie topic.
Breaking news.
This joke is.
Breaking news. Shaft is doing live action, and they want to do the recently My Sister's Unusual.
Right.
Then you get that
So
that weird Shaft head tilt that they like to do. But you actually have
Wait, hold on.
actresses dying as it's
Shaft
happening.
head tilt? Wait, what? The Shaft head tilt?
If you watch Nisekoi, you've seen the Shaft head tilt.
No.
I don't know what she's thinking right now. She's imagining some really dirty things right now.
Yeah,
This is Sheena when she's off air.
I caught what she's imagining, and it is really, really bad.
How did you
Shame
not
on
get that? How did you not get that?
It took me a second. I'm sorry.
That is like perfect. It was too perfect, and nobody else laughed.
I
You
laughed.
guys are shame.
No,
Because
I
I'm too
caught it.
mature for that, Sheena.
I call
You were the one who
bullshit.
started it. Hold on, I wanna pop up the article here for.
Well, Shaft head tilts.
No,
Yeah,
no.
alright, no, but legitimately though, Shaft does this thing where they always have characters looking away from the camera and turning their head slightly, like tilting back and looking backwards. It's
Right.
it's kind of like what was that?
Is it like when they're mad sometimes?
No, it's usually
Oh,
between
no.
dialogue between characters, and I don't think not when they're mad. And
Oh.
I'm remembering a scene from a live action film. I can't remember which one it is, but there's like arch your back, look at me, and act like a dragon. Does that sound familiar to anyone? I want to say it's Dukes of Hazzard.
No.
Is it? No, it's not Dukes of Hazzard. It's a reboot of an old show from the.
I remember. I remember like that. What you're
That's
saying,
Will
I just
Ferrell
can't
saying
remember
that.
Mhm.
Act like a
I don't know
dragon.
it.
Google,
Nope.
don't let me down.
All hail Google.
Almighty Overlord.
Google senpai, come on, work.
I like how the article for this movie has the NSFW, not safe for work tag on it.
Well, yeah, it's basically half-naked Asian women in the article itself with the pictures.
Caution,
Starsky
some
and
images
Hutch.
below may not be safe.
Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, that was such a good movie.
Google overlords have saved me. Thank you, Skynet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Google Skynet.
Mitsuki, who's Mitsuki in anime? I haven't seen that show, by the way.
That's the ghost. right?
Okay, so Mitsuki is going to be played by Tenka Hashimoto.
An AV idol, right?
I need the
You
For
need the
yeah, I
link?
need
science, he
that.
needs
Yeah,
links.
exactly for research.
For science,
For this,
guys.
for the sake of the podcast, I need to see this link. I've seen the link. I just need to see it again.
Tenka Hashimoto. And, oh, she has a cute website.
Yeah, she's
Everything's in...
the AV idol, isn't she?
I don't know. Everything's in Japanese. I can't read it. Ugh.
No, it's like they mention it in the article, I believe, that she's like an AV idol.
Oh, well, there you go. She's an idol.
No, that's what I said. I'm not sure if it was her or the sister.
Since this isn't exactly a visual medium, there's a picture of a girl.
No, she's not AV. She's a graver idol. Graver? Is that how you pronounce it in English? In English?
Gravure?
Yeah.
No, it's a sister.
Yeah.
No, that's...
Alright, so like I was saying, there's a picture of a girl laying on top of another girl's boobs. So yeah, it's a very scientific article.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You get some side boob action. And they're both obviously naked. So, this is now a must-see movie.
Let's see,
I would just like to mention the fact that after last week's podcast, I actually got Lou to go watch it.
Yeah, you did.
Did you?
He's actually watched the anime.
See, the thing is, I promised that I would drop that show. Like, I recorded a video where I'm like, I went over a bunch of shows and I'm like, oh, this is shit. And then, after having that conversation, I just went back and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and watch it, because why not? And I did, and it's still awful, but I'll probably watch it anyways, because it's fun to watch a train wreck every now and then.
I feel like I just spread cancer to you. And I'm loving it for no good reason.
Wow.
You're a bastard. But thank you.
I'm proud.
Yeah, so if you guys want to see the article for recently My Sister's Unusual live-action movie on Crunchyroll, go Google it yourself, because it is not safe for work. Well, it's not too bad. There's not a lot of, like, bad stuff. But if you're under the age of, like, 15, it might be bad for you.
You might get your first boner.
Congratulations.
Hold on.
I can just imagine you...
See, I'm just imagining
I'm not
the
clapping, by the
Final
way.
Fantasy.
No, I was imagining the pop-up. Congratulations, you've won.
I was imagining the Final Fantasy level up music.
I'm sure there's gonna be someone that's gonna cite Ava and say the end of with the clapping. Sheena, you know what I'm talking
That's it.
about.
That's the end. That's the end right there, everyone. Congratulations.
Yeah, pretty much.
The
Again,
end.
I haven't seen Ava,
What?
but I've seen enough to know things.
Yeah, that just totally ruined it. All right, so let's go on to the next off topic, which is, what is your favorite dub of an anime?
Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Lou.
Oh, okay.
No, Lou.
All right.
I called it on you.
All right, I'm gonna
It is
go
yours.
ahead and point at. You know what? I had two, but I think I'm just gonna cut it back down to one for the sake of time, and I'm going to say Beck is my favorite dub anime, and the reason being is, if you've seen the sub version of Beck, that English, it for me it's very, it takes me out of the series, like it ruins the immersion. And I feel like just with music anime overall, it's just better to have at least those sequences dubbed for the most part. Maybe I'm wrong in that, because like, let's say I haven't seen Sakamichi no Appallen dubbed yet, but I would imagine that it's different. Or does it even have a dub? I don't even know. But definitely I love the dub for Beck. It's really good, and I honestly don't give enough credit to Greg Aries, but his singing was really good in that series. So yeah, that's my favorite dubbed anime.
That's not a bad choice at all.
Right.
I've heard a lot of people say that, actually. But I would have to go with Code Geass. I personally can't find any faults with it. Like, if you when they're supposed to show like emotion in their voice, like, it's well done. It matches the characters and stuff like that, like it does in most, when you watch a sub, And they just did really well. I felt that the voice for Lelouch was really well done. I felt like they picked the perfect people for that one.
Now, I have a question for you in regards to that. Alright, have you seen Code Geass subbed?
Yeah, I watched that first actually.
Okay, you watched it first, yet you still prefer the dub.
Yeah, I can watch either, but I
That's
do
new.
prefer the dub. It's a rare event when that happens. I will admit, but
Right.
that's my case where I believe that.
See, my thing with Code Geass is I saw the sub first, and I saw the entire first season subbed, and then I went to watch it dubbed, and I couldn't. I just couldn't sit through it. And for me, and this happens to with a lot of anime, is whatever I'm exposed to first tends to be what I like. So, for example, Space Dandy, I'm watching it dubbed, and I'm just completely ignoring the subbed version because I like the dub.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, it happens to everybody too. But like I feel like when an anime, to you at least, like each individual person, when you feel that the dub is done really well, even if you saw the sub first, you'll be able to look past it. Like I'm kind of like that with Gurren Lagann. Like I saw the sub first, but I think the dub for that one's really good as well. And I don't prefer the dub per se with that one, but I have it on DVD, so I'm willing to watch the dub over the sub just because of convenience sake at the very least.
See, with me, my favorite dub is Full Metal Alchemist. And the thing is, I saw Full Metal Alchemist dubbed first before I saw it in Japanese. And so I think that it was probably because I saw it dubbed that I prefer it more. When I did see it subbed, but I didn't enjoy it as much. I think it's just because actually Full Metal Alchemist was the first anime I got back into. So I mean I just like the dubbed a lot more than the sub.
What do you mean it was the first one you got back into?
Well, when I first started watching anime, it was one of the first animes that I actually watched. So it was Code Geass, and then when they were showing Full Metal Alchemist on like Adult Swim or Toonami or whatever it was back then, that was the one that I watched a lot on Cartoon Network.
Yeah,
So
I feel like that is probably still one of the best ones too. I picked Code Geass mostly because it's not only is it just my opinion, but I figured like somebody would pick Full Metal Alchemist,
hip.
and I was correct, but that I do feel like that was probably one of the best dubs I've ever seen as well.
I'll concur. I mean, the FMA dub is just really well done, and it's one of those instances where I saw a dub before I saw a sub, so I lean towards the dub, and but I really like the subbed version as well. It's one of the ones where I could watch it either way and I'm happy, but
hmm
prefer dub over sub.
I got a question to go off of, like a topic to go off of this. Out of the three anime we've mentioned, if you had to show the dub version to somebody who's never seen anime before, which anime would you show, and for what reason?
All right, if it honestly it depends on the person and what they're into. Um, I would say the most accessible would be Beck because it falls in line with what you would see in a drama series, and it does have some comedy elements in it, and I would say it wouldn't scare the person away from, oh, this is anime. Um, and then beyond that, I would say probably FMA, and last would be Gias. But again, um, it boils down to who I'm showing the anime to, because if I have someone that likes Firefly or is a huge Transformers fan, I'm gonna show them Gias first for the simple reason is Firefly being, oh well, they like sci-fi stuff, so a mecha series, or
hmm
Transformers, giant fucking robots. Gias, no brainer.
Yeah, see, with me, like, I think I would personally pick FMA for anybody, but I could understand why you might pick Beck, just because for the music alone, the fact that, like, music is, people say it all the time, right? Like, music is, like, the universal language. Like, everybody understands music and stuff like that, and that part of the show would be able to connect people, I think, especially if you just got the chance to show them, like, a random clip, right?
Yeah,
Like, I think Beck might be the best one to use.
no.
But hmm?
Oh, sorry for interrupting. I was gonna say I've actually had personal experience introducing someone to Beck, and the way I did it was I showed them the music to the show first. I just picked a couple songs from the series in the dubbed version, and I was just playing it, and they really liked the music, and they're like, "Oh, what's this from?" And I didn't say it was from an anime. I just was playing the music. I'm like, "Oh, it's from an anime called Beck," and we just started watching it from there. And I don't know if that I wouldn't say that person got into anime for the long run, but they at least saw that series and enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, so if especially if someone really into music, I'd say Beck. But I think all around I'd pick FMA just because one of how good the dub is, like we mentioned, and then two because I think I think everybody at least a little bit has like a little bit of that sci-fi nerdiness to them, but maybe not like the robot part or mech part. And the idea of alchemy is something that I think everybody learns a little bit about. Like you hear about it in school and stuff like that, like the idea of alchemy, like the actual idea of alchemy, and not like it actually working like an actual alchemist.
All right,
Or scientific way.
I have another element to interject here, because if you're gonna show someone a series, you have to factor in episode length, and of the 3 series, FMA is the longest series.
That's true, but I was looking at it more in a way where like if they don't like it, they're just gonna stop.
Oh, okay.
Like
So not like gun to the
it's not
head
like
and
you're
you're
forcing them to watch all of it.
okay.
This isn't torture like to somebody who hates anime or something.
Just get
This is like
It's like anime
something I
Gitmo.
recommend.
It's like anime Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, definitely no. But
Watch this.
the way I saw it was like they want to know an anime that you would recommend to them. It's their first time they're gonna watch anime type of thing. Then out of the 3 we talked about, I would pick FMA. Or if you're trying to show somebody, I think it works the same way. But either which way, I would probably pick FMA just because I feel like that one is just the perfect, in my opinion. But I may be wrong.
No, I agree. I'd show them FMA too because it has that balance, the nice balance to it.
At the same time,
where it's just as sci-fi,
yeah,
but not too unbelievable because it is like. Because alchemy is like chemistry, basically, in a sense. So it's not too out there, like probably Code Geass, but it's sci-fi that it's entertaining enough to kind of keep you. And then plus the dub, since if you're gonna show somebody to like an anime to watch, I'd show them a dub because they'd probably kind of be thrown off by Japanese.
Yeah.
So I'd say FMA too.
No.
The one thing I would like to mention though is if it's someone who's a total nerd, but they just haven't watched anime, I would probably show them Code Geass, just because of the fact that has a lot more depth to it. I mean, actually, well, to be fair, FMA has a good amount of depth, but that one's shorter and has a good amount of depth to it, and I think it would get people more hyped because of the ending.
Now,
and it might get them going like, where's more shows like this?
Now, for me, in terms of the strategy into introducing people to dubs, I would say the right strategy into to introduce people into anime is to go films as opposed to series. Just because they're easier to consume because there's less of them.
Mm-hmm.
And
or maybe an episodic anime.
That too.
Would that maybe be a good option?
Well, I mean, what are some episodic anime that you have in mind? Because there isn't a lot that aren't like slice of life anime. Because that's what comes to mind, and slice of life isn't for everyone.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Yeah, okay. I can't think of anything that might be a really good idea for that.
But
that might be like a good third step or something, maybe. I don't know.
But the safe bet, Ghibli films being one. Anything by Mamoru Hosoda being another. And so basically films in general. The Ghost in a Shell film.
Here's a good episodic anime: Ghost Hunt and Jigoko Shoujo.
Huh?
I think Ghost Hunt would be actually pretty good if they're into horror stuff. Those are episodic.
Kind of.
I've heard bad things about Ghost Hunt, but if it's good.
Really, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
I haven't seen it
Ghost
yet.
Hunt is... Which one is that again?
It's the ghost... No, the paranormal detective people.
Investigator one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That one's semi-episodic, though, isn't it?
Kind of until near the end.
It lasts 3 episodes sometimes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't ever last 1 episode per case.
Mushishi is episodic, according to my anime list forums.
That's... I feel like that would be good if they were open-minded person.
Yeah.
Like, if they're very open-minded, I feel like that'd be a good choice.
But bringing it back around, we have to factor in, does that have a good dub? And I haven't heard the dub, so I don't know.
That's true, I haven't.
I don't know if I have, because I remember when I had Netflix, I rented it. I don't remember if I watched it dub or not. I can't remember.
I could actually watch that right now on Netflix and find out, but...
Well, Jikoku Shoujo, again, like, if you're into that horror... Well, it's kind of... I don't know if it's twisted in a way, but... That's episodic. It focuses on one story each time, so...
If you want to talk someone into anime, like, if we're talking about something recent, Another was pretty good. Like, I was able to talk people into, like, being interested in it at the very least. Like, just explaining some of the deaths. Like, even if you're spoiling it for them, like, explaining some of the deaths just make people go like, okay, that sounds fucked up, I'm interested. Like, it might not be a good thing, but, like, it will get people interested. Like, and that's, like, the goal in the end, but there's not even a dub of that yet.
I mean, if you want interesting deaths, then I would go Mirai Nikki. I would go Future Diary over Another. Just because...
I haven't seen that. Gosh. I need to watch
You're
that.
not... I don't really like it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it has, like, one or two redeeming qualities, and, that being the main girl, which is Yandere-tastic. And,
yes, I've heard.
and that's basically it. I know I said one or two, but no, it's just basically her, and that's it.
I got an idea here. Let's, I just want to ask this purely to Sheena. If you had to describe yourself as one anime trope, what one would it be?
Yandere.
Really? Why?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
pick
know.
one that you think would fit you best, anime trope.
I don't know. Hold on. I need to, like, is there a list of them that they have? All I know is Tsundere and Yandere. So I don't really know a lot of...
You got any others, Lou, that you could, like, maybe, recommend?
I actually had a list somewhere that had all of them.
Do you have the list?
Were you about to look that up just now?
I had a list. Let me see if I still have it. I had it saved as an image under important files, because that's important some way.
Important files.
I don't know if I deleted that.
Everyone needs to know.
Trope
10
list.
common anime tropes that I dislike.
That's the list that you're pulling from, okay.
It's from a blog.
Nope, I can't find it. Sorry.
Well,
No,
I wouldn't know.
We'll have to revisit it, I think. I think we need to give Sheena a week to pick her anime trope.
Right. And then,
That's
okay,
how
let's do
we'll
this.
open
Any
the episode.
female guest that we have, we should have them say that too. What is your anime trope?
I think that's a good idea. I like that. It's hard for males, because, I mean, there's not...
Are you the... No. For males,
It's
yeah,
not like
there's
I'm a
not.
tsundere baka.
Just leave! You're kicked off the show.
Done.
Oh, man. Okay, that was fun. Okay, I'll hand it to you. That was good.
Yeah, I need a list of that, so I'll see what I have. What common characteristics I have with them.
We'll open next week's show with
As
that.
long as you don't want to stab someone, that kind of eliminates a couple options.
I love that.
Well,
As long as you don't want to stab
Well.
somebody, you automatically are out of a couple tropes.
damn. Well, that narrows it down too.
I don't know, I could
No.
see she is stabbing somebody.
Hey, like I said in the last episode, I dressed up as Sekai, so...
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Didn't she
has the
stab?
potential.
She stabbed. She stabbed people.
She can get in her cosplay and still make news.
And just stab.
Yeah, I just hope she doesn't get into
Exactly.
character.
Yeah, just trying to get in
Like
character.
no method acting, please.
But that'd be a really great video.
Yes, it
On
would.
what website?
Was that World Star Hip Hop?
I don't think that would go on World Star Hip Hop.
I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of.
World Star Hip Hop for that. Oh,
Like right next to Kanye West twerking. You just see Sheena stabbing people.
yeah.
She's like, "Oh, it's okay. I'm method acting. I'm in character
Leave me
right
alone."
now."
She does it at anime.
That's what they'll have when they're... Right? They'll have that video of me getting put into the behind the cop car. It's all just acting. You don't understand anime.
I feel like at some point my head is going to be somewhere it's not supposed to be.
And there's going to be a nice boat.
Well, at least
Nice
I'll
boat.
have a boat.
Your head will be on that boat.
It's my boat then.
Head shaft.
The least I could.
Head tilt.
Oh my god, head shaft.
Full circle.
No.
We went back.
There's no head shaft. I'm not taking no shaft.
Alright, so it looks like that is all the topics that we have for the day. Unless anyone else have anything else to say about dub anime?
No, not really.
Nope.
My only regret is then when we were talking about Shaft, no one did the Shaft theme song from the show. Shaft! Shut your mouth.
We could put it in.
Talking about
Hold on,
Shaft.
we'll put it in on edit. We'll like put it right over you. We'll like edit it in there. We can use like 5 seconds of that, right, without getting in trouble. We'll do that. As you mentioned it right there, let's put it over you.
Oh, I lost it.
You have to edit that in, actually. Now you realize that, right?
I'll have to go find that.
Luke, can we get a picture of you with a fro?
Yeah,
Okay.
that works.
Okay,
Bam.
we're doing it.
Shaft.
Take my default image on my channel and just add an afro.
Okay, we need you to send us that picture. Like, hopefully there's more than what it shows on, like here, anywhere actually. Like we need a good amount of your head so we can add the fro. Okay, just keep that in mind.
Dude, I'll take one right now.
Okay.
Oh my god, I lost it. That's alright, that is show. I hope you guys enjoyed. Lou, why don't you tell us a little about your channel and what you do?
Okay, I review anime, I do first impressions, I do tag videos, I do giveaways, I do a lot of things. My name is Lou and I'm from Sitting by the Window Anime Reviews. That's youtube.com/SBTWAnimeReviews. If you'd like to interact with me on social media, you can find me at twitter.com/SBTWAnimeReview. No S because Twitter hates me and I think it doesn't like me. I ran out of yeah, it shafted me. There we go. I was thinking of a joke and I couldn't come up with it.
Most times shaft has ever been used in one discussion. The word shaft.
Thank you, Shaft.
But yeah, that is basically how you can contact me and watch my content. And it'll be fun if you do because I like to interact with people. It's all about networking, folks. That's how I roll.
And shafts.
And shafts. It's all about the shaft.
Alright, thank you guys for watching.
Here's a tip. It's all about the shaft.
That's the name of this episode.
That's how we're ending it. That's how we're ending it. It's all about the shaft. Thank you all for watching.
Shaft.